This morning I've come down to the river in Guelph and I have the covered bridge behind me, which is beautiful. And I felt really drawn to the water today because I feel like I'm wrestling through some hard things, and there's something about being close to water, seeing it flow. It's ever changing, and getting to listen to the sound of it that I find is therapy for me. When I think back to when my first husband died and I became a widow and I was having one heck of a time going to sleep every night, we took a trip to Barbados, me and some of my other family. And because I couldn't sleep, I would sit out on this veranda with just me in the wide open air and the sound of tree frogs and the sound of waves coming into shore and then going back out to sea. And there was something about that sound that helped with the trauma that I was feeling. It was like those waves would come into shore, gather up some of the trauma I was feeling, and then take it back out to sea with it. And then it would come back in again, very rhythmic, gather up some of that trauma, and take it back out to sea. And this makes a lot of sense to me because when I think back, not that I can remember this in my conscious mind, but I think somewhere in our core, that is our home sound. When I was pregnant with my firstborn, I remember going to an ultrasound appointment, and they put this ultrasound on my belly, and it was attached to a speaker, and they were listening for the sound of my child's heartbeat. And while they were listening for that sound, they were also picking up the sound of the placenta, which sounds very similar in a lot of ways. It also sounds like, to me, the same sounds that I hear as the waves rush into shore and then go back out to sea. And so I think one of the reasons why water, especially water that has waves, which I'm not getting very big waves here, but that's okay, I'll take it. I think one of the reasons why it's so therapeutic for many people is because that's connected to one of the first sounds that we would have known. That's our home sound. I hope whatever's healing for you in nature, in your life, if you're really struggling today, I hope that you can take a few moments to tap into that, to remember some of your home sounds, and to know that you don't have to carry all of the trauma that you might be feeling. There are a lot of good things like nature, like water, the beauty that's all around us, that we can connect with, that can help pick up some of that trauma and carry it back out to sea where we don't need to hold it all anymore.